Hi guys, Gail Sylvester here. We're gonna continue on talking about the kids and the kids going back to school. We're gonna talk about budgeting. Have you had the conversation with them yet about what they can expect now that they're moving away from home? Yes? Awesome. No? Let's chat kind of thing. And let's maybe share this video with them as well. So that way they know what to expect. Because chances are your kids haven't gone to the grocery store and actually looked to shop for themselves. Maybe they haven't really paid attention to the money that they've made all summer working and that they've just gone out with their friends and they've spent it. But when they're away from home, chances are they're not working as well. So especially if they're in residence or if they're in student housing, they're probably they don't have a part-time job, especially while they're in university or college. So let's talk to them a little bit about their money and how the money that they've earned, the money that they have, what that's going to do and how far it's going to go. So maybe it's a lesson that maybe we take them to the grocery store with you, especially before that they move. So the things that they like, they can still have, but they can figure out how to budget that and how to cook and how to meal prep and do all that fun stuff. So that way they're still getting the comforts of home and not spending all their money on takeout. So let's run a few numbers. So if they were working this summer and they've put their money aside, let's say they've saved 5,000. So if they've got 5,000 in the bank, that's a pretty hefty amount, especially for an 18, 19, 20-year old. So, but they're going to be away for about 8 months. Now, granted, they'll come home at the holidays, which I get, but let's use 8 months as a guide. So over that 8 month period, if we take the 5,000 that they have, that's going to be equivalent to about $625 a month that they're going to have if they're budgeting and what they're now going to be allotted for. So if we even break it down further, let's put that into a weekly, and it's going to be approximately about 150 a week, 155, 160 give or take. But let's use 150 as a guide. 150 doesn't get you that far when you're going out with friends. Maybe you're going to go have a few cocktails, a few beers with the boys, or maybe you're going to take an Uber, but you also have groceries. And maybe there's some utilities attached to this that they might be responsible for if they're in student housing. So how far can $150 get them? Have you had the conversation? Do they know? Kind of thing. Do they actually know what that's going to look like? We're in a society where we do a lot of tapping. And when they're on a budget, tapping can get a little bit out of control because we don't generally pay attention to it. So maybe it's a point of saying, you know what, let's do like the jar scenario or the envelopes. And then that way they're in more of control of their scenario going forward. So that way they're not going to worry about money while they're in school. So if you take that 150, maybe $50 a week is enough for a student in groceries, let's say. So put $50 in an envelope and they know they're going to want to go out with their friends. So we're going to put, let's say 80 bucks in that envelope kind of thing. So then that's going to leave what, like an additional 20 bucks kind of thing for an Uber, because maybe they're going to split it with their friends. So this way they know they've got the envelopes and they can allocate the money as needed. So maybe they didn't spend the full 80 bucks this week going out with friends because their course load or they had exams or something. It was a little bit heavier. So maybe they're going to probably put some of that money into the groceries because they're going to be eating at home a little bit more. So that way it's telling them that based on their envelopes that they've put aside, that they don't have to be that constricted on like what the envelopes are, but they have to be aware of budgeting. And then that way they know what they can do every week. And then that way it's there and they can even write it down so they can keep track of it. It's creating good habits. And it's the habits so when they get into adulthood, kind of again, they're done post-secondary, that they've already got the foundation for when they get into the bigger bills. So whether it be rent when they first move out, whether that is that they've now put maybe enough aside and they can start looking at purchasing of a property, or it's their car. It's something like this, but at least we're setting the foundation for budgeting. So share this with your kids. And if you have any questions, kind of thing, and they have any questions, honestly, tell them to reach out. We're here to set the foundation so that way going forward, they don't have to worry about money today, but that means they're not going to have to worry about money tomorrow or the years to come either. So we're here to help. It's more than just mortgages. Yep, I help you with your mortgage, but I'd love to help set your kids get set up for success as well. Any questions? We're just a phone call or an email away. I look forward to talking to you. Take care.